Hi, welcome back. I'm Candice, and today I'm going to be showing you my process of trying the 30-day drawing challenge. So let's get started. So the reason that I wanted to do this challenge in the first place is because there's one thing that I can't draw, which is boys, and I want to improve drawing boys so that girls aren't the only thing in my sketchbook. So for day one, I drew a standard anime boy eye, and then I stylized it a bit and then shaded it. So that was it for day one. For day two, I did different hairstyles in front view and side view. I started with a curly hairstyle, then afro, then I don't know what. Then I did this monstrosity. Don't ask me why I did it. So for day three, I did different kinds of eyes. So what I did is I changed girl eyes to boy eyes, and I did different personalities and ages. But the middle-aged eyes didn't show while I was recording, so this is how they look like. For day four, I studied how to draw a male body. Then I drew my first ever good-looking boy. And he was so good in my opinion that I actually made him an OC. And his name is Lucas now. And then I tried drawing him in perspective, but we don't talk about that. For day 5, I just did Lucas in different views, and for day 6, I tried putting him in a complicated pose, my first complicated pose that I've drawn in this challenge, and it didn't look too bad to me back then, but now when I'm recording this voiceover, it looks horrid. For day 7, I drew another complicated pose, and it was a boy punching a fly. Yes, the boy was scared of a fly. And just like the other one, it looked kinda really bad. On day 8, I just practiced more complicated poses from difficulty 1 to 3. And on day 9, I just took a break from drawing boys and I drew my OC Kiara. On day 10, 1, we got to double digits, finally. And 2, I tried another complicated pose, and this time I added perspective to it. On day 11, I drew my OCs Lucas, Kiara, and Riley interacting for the first time, and they're having baby tea. And I think Riley turned out the best because I like how she's just chill. On day 12, I did more perspective practice, and this one actually kind of looked like it was actually in perspective for once. On day 13, I drew Lucas in chibi form with another OC that I made, and his name is Kai. And I also did different emotions from happy to disgusted. On day 14, I drew a guy listening to music. And on day 15, I drew the same guy listening to music just in side view. On day 16, I attempted perspective. And on day 17, I don't need to tell you about this drawing. All I need to say is I had to redeem myself. And to redeem myself, I drew this. On day 18, there was a lot going on, and it was a Friday, so I was tired, and it was only at 9 p.m. that I realized I was on a challenge. So this drawing just shows how I was feeling when I was drawing this. On day 19, I drew the same guy I drew on day 18 in side view, but I couldn't draw him in a sitting drawing pose, so I ended up just drawing him just standing up, and his head looks way too big. For day 20, I was a bit tired of drawing in my sketchbook and wanted to do something new for a change, so I decided to do a pose art challenge and do it digitally. So I did a pose art challenge by Be a Duck 15, and the options I got were male, bunny ears, purple and blonde hair, these eyes, this mouth, and this outfit. When I was drawing this, I realized that the colors that I got didn't really match that much, because we're talking about blues and purples and greens here, so yeah, I had a lot to work with. And I realized that the outfits in this challenge were all female, even though at the beginning the options were male and female, but I'm so glad that I got this outfit because I think it will fit for both. I decided to add gloves, even though it really didn't show that in the pose art challenge, but I think gloves suit this outfit a lot. So in conclusion, I think all the colors matched at the end once I done all the shading and stuff, so I think this turned out really well. On day 21, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to draw, so I went on Google and then I saw this, and I decided that I wanted to draw this pose. At first, I thought that this pose would be an easy pose to draw, but boy was I wrong. I couldn't really figure out where I wanted to put the hand or the arm in this entire drawing, and so in the end I just drew a sad boy because that's how I was feeling, because I couldn't draw what I thought was a simple pose. For day 22, I did Mickey and Minnie as humans, and they seem to be dancing. For day 23, I drew Peppa Pig as a human, and then later on I decided to draw George because why not? On day 24, I drew Tom and Jerry as humans. On day 25, I did SpongeBob as a human. On day 26, I did an Among Us character as a human. On day 27, I did Alex and Steve from Minecraft as humans. On day 28, I did a Minion as a human. On day 29, I did multiple drawings where I did Donald, Daisy, and Goofy as humans, as well as the Earth and the Moon as humans. And now, it is time for the grand finale. It is time for day 30, and I decided that on day 30, I'm gonna test myself by drawing the one and only Lucas in the first ever complicated pose that I studied, the one that looked horrible to me but then looked beautiful to me back then. And I think it turned out okay. For my standard now, I think it turned out okay. I think the head's a bit big, and I think I could have done way better with the adding color, but I was new to using watercolor pens then, so I think it was pretty good for me back then. I think the hands look kind of weird. Yeah, and like I said before, the thing that's making me most uncomfortable is how big the head is. But overall, I think it turned out pretty good, and I think it's a pretty good result after 30 days of non-stop drawing. And I think I've definitely improved drawing boys, and I would recommend doing this if you wanted to improve a kind of skill that you are not very good at and want to be better at. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you made it this far, consider subscribing. It would really boost my self-esteem. So, I guess that's it. Bye!